Hey everybody, how's it going? Exulans here. It's been forever since I uploaded anything on the channel, I know. But hey, we are at an important moment in the life of Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I just wanted to give my $2, my opinion about the status of the game, its current situation, just comment about it. And I'm doing it right now because Combo Breaker is happening as I'm speaking this weekend, and it's going to end tomorrow when Top 8 happens for Dragon Ball FighterZ and all the other games, and who knows, we might as well get some more information, some kind of disclosure about what the future holds for this game. And all of this is very unscripted, so I'll be rambling and mumbling a lot, and I'll be playing some replays, my last replays on in the game, in the background, just so I don't have to play and talk at the same time, so not to lose track of what I'm saying. So, where are we in this beautiful game that everybody loves and cares for? I will say we are not in a good situation, guys, at all. Everybody knows that since the last DLC character was added to the game, Labco21, things have been bad for the game. And I'm not doing a commentary video as I normally would, where I go to the lab and I pick the character that I want to talk about, because as a matter of fact, I did not buy Labco21. Simply because I really do not want to further reinforce this kind of behavior, quote unquote, from Bandai, where they release a busted character and the community is basically, at least from a competitive point of view, obligated to buy it, because if you want to win easy with the latest busted character, you buy it, and if you want to be able to hold your ground and defend against it and lab counterplay, you have to buy it. So whether you want to defend yourself from this character or you want to use it, you have to pay. And that's not good, and I've been saying it for some time. Dragon Ball FighterZ, sadly, but to some degree also Guilty Gear Strive, are pay-to-win games, and I'm not joking, simply because you cannot lab counterplay against character which you have not paid for, and that's really unfair, if you ask me. In my opinion, the lab training mode should have all characters already available by default, simply because you need to be able to at least lab counterplay against new character if they are coming out and you want to be able to defend from them. And then again, I know that I'm living in a fairy tale world and I'm probably too idealistic, because at the end of the day, these publishers are a commercial company and they care about revenue, so of course they're going to make and do everything they can just to force players to buy their latest products. And that's why they released Labco21 in such a filthy, busted, and unfinished state. It's like, don't be misunderstood, what's the word? Jesus. Don't be mistaken, that's what I meant to say. Don't be mistaken, she was released busted and unfinished, as she is on purpose. Just so, she's probably going to be the last character this game will ever see, and so probably Bandai was like, okay, we're going to make it very busted, very overpowered, just so we can milk the franchise, milk the game as much as we can until its very last moment. And so yeah, they released it in a very bad way, and there's no denying it. I hear people saying, oh, she's not so bad, just get good, or there is counterplay. And even maybe just the grab, which debuffs you, is busted even without the debuff, she will be fine. And I'm like, what are these people high on, and where can I get it? Because you are tripping so hard. This character is so bad for the game in so many ways. Okay, first of all, let's look at a greater angle. Okay, let's look at the at a system perspective of the game. The community feels that this game already has matches that go on for too long, right? Like the feeling is like playing Dragon Ball is very tiring, because you have 3 characters to kill, and there is a combat mechanic in sparking, and then in Season 3 they also added limit break, which further, enables comebacks. And so matches just go on for a very long time. And the community is very vocal about it. So what do? Do you listen to your community and to your customers, and you try to balance the game so that maybe it's not as excruciatingly long to play? No, you release a character which debuffs opponents by 21%, thus making the games even longer and more tiring to play. And that's probably why Bandai Namco is like probably the least liked company, game publishing company right now, just because they have been really bad at listening and communicating with their customer base. So this is already something that's bad. And then just the fact that Labco 21 has such a privilege, such a unique busted move, like makes her like really unfair, and unfair to pick and to play against. And I really don't care if I get called a scrub or something like that, because it's just the truth, guys. There is no reason why a character should have this good of a tool. There is no justifying such a powerful move whatsoever. Even by any reference, this game has moves that buff characters, like as Broly has a 5% damage buff, and he has to spend 3 bars, and that's it. But Labcon 21 gets to spend 1 bar for an unreactable grab, which has frame for invulnerability, which debuffs the opponent, the opponent character permanently, and also buffs her own special moves by 21%, as if she didn't have enough damage on her own already, right? And it's just so bad. And even people who say, oh, just without the grab and the debuff, she will be fine. No, guys, no, she will not. She has 6 lows. She has a command overhead, which she can combo off of. She has a barrier, which can parry anything, and she can special cancel out of it, while other characters who have barriers, like Android 18, Android 18 cannot special cancel, so why should Labco 21 be able to? And Android 17 already has a follow-up offensive move after his barrier, so there's that. But why should she be given all of this? And that's not even it. She also has the fastest true beam in the game for no reason whatsoever. Like, why should she be given the fastest true beam in the game? She has frame 1, air invulnerable, full screen, medium star, and lariat. And what is that about? And that's also something that the community has been very vocal about, how bad full screen, medium star moves and lariats are for the game, because they just, 1, allow to skip neutral, and 2, give too much of a reward if they do hit. So they make neutral in this game already like more trivial than it already is, because Dragon Ball Fighter neutral is very chaotic, and it's very easy to skip it. You have super dash, you have full screen moves, you have beams, you have assists, so you get to skip neutral so easily. And then there are also moves which let you skip neutral and maybe are frame 1 anti-air and key blast invulnerable like Labcoat, and they are medium starters. And it's just so bad. And I think she has even like the fastest medium starter low in 2M tied with Kefla. And just why? And she has so many other things, like the fact that she can double super out of her grab just for no reason, or the fact that her anti-air EX lariat self-adjusts its orientation, and Cloud 805 proved it in one of his videos, or I think it was on stream, and you can basically tiger knee it, and even if you are the tiniest bit behind your opponent, it will side switch. So you can basically use it as a medium starter 50-50, which also has anti-air properties. And just why? And then she has good key blasts and godlike normals, and she has a low hitting 5L, and her 5M just reaches to outer space, and it's so easy to confirm. And You know, she just has everything. She even has a command grab and an air command grab, which, by the way, lets her stall in the air because she does not lose height when she does it, so she can just stall in the air. And this just proves how finished she is as a character. You know, and even her most busted property, the 21 debuff, you cannot select it as an option in training mode. And this just goes to prove that it was most likely it was a last-minute addition to the game. They were probably, that Bandai Namco just told ArcSys, look, this game is probably done, people are asking for rollback, but we are not going to invest more money right now in this game because we are just arrived at the end of its lifespan. So just make one last character, a DLC character, make it broken, you know, so that people really want to buy it or are forced to buy it, as I already explained. And they made Label 21 also because there are hypotheses going around that she's the main villain in the next Dragon Ball Super movie, whatever. And they probably showed Label 21 to some manager at Bandai Namco, and this guy was, yeah, she's super busted, super strong, but can you give her something more? And probably somebody at ArcSys was like, okay, let's just give her a 21% debuff and frame 4 invulnerability on her 21 frame startup unreactable grab, and make it cost like one bar of meter. And that's probably how it went. And I'm just very fed up with this kind of behavior and strategy, commercial strategy by Bandai, because this is just bad for the game, for the balancing of the game. It's like we have another Bardock or GT Goku or UI Goku situation all over again, and it's like they do not learn. But it's not really they do not learn, they just do not want to learn, because I know at the end of the day they are a commercial company and they just want to milk their cow as much as they can. They just want to increase profits as much as possible from a product that has arrived at the end of its lifespan. And that makes sense from a commercial point of view, I'm very aware, but I just wish they could have a little more regard for the quality of the game which they are producing, you know, a little more regard for just the community. And that's really it, guys. Black 21 was banned from BAM 613's tournament, and I think that was a really wise choice to make. Since it was also pro players who were asking for bans to Labcon 21, you know, Wawa and Sonic Fox, they played, and yeah, after the match, they were both saying, yes, we picked Labcon 21 because we had to, but she is busted and very unhealthy for the game. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And I do think that Combo Breaker deciding not to ban her for their tournament, for their Dragon Fighters vertical at Combo Breaker was a mistake. Because it's just like another UI Goku or GT Goku situation again. You have to pick Labgo 21 if you want to have an actual shot at winning. And this is just so bad because it kills diversity, it kills creativity and originality in team composition and in gameplay. And I remember the last EVO was such a disappointment. It was very underwhelming because it was just UI Goku everywhere. And it was UI Goku and yeah, Android 21 and Z Broly everywhere, and there was barely any originality and creativity left in team composition. And I did not enjoy watching Dragon Ball FighterZ EVO last year because of this. And I'm not watching Dragon Ball this year at Combo Breaker. I'll be watching Guilty Gear Strive for sure, but not Dragon Ball, because I know how it's going to be. It's just going to be Labco 21 Fest, and I am not about it. I'm not interested in seeing, you know, just Labco 21 match after match after match. It's not my taste, and it's very personal. It's a personal decision. I hope everybody and as many people as possible have a great time watching Dragon Ball Fighters at Combo Breaker, but it's not going to be me, because I am just very tired of seeing the same characters over and over again. And this ties into my next point, which is what does the future hold for the game? And if we do get more information on the next update tomorrow when tournament ends, I really hope they're going to announce major balancing, not just for Labco 21, but for all characters, because there are still many characters in this game which need balancing so bad. First of all, my boy S. Broly. And I might be biased, but if you ask me, S. Broly is tied with Yamcha for the worst character in the game right now. Absolutely, no question about it. And I've made 2 videos about the buffs that I want for him, so I'm not going to repeat myself in this video. But yeah, S. Broly deserves to be hyper buffed, Yamcha deserves to be hyper buffed, Trunks deserves to be hyper buffed, and so many characters need quality of life changes, some deserve minor buffs, and more than anything, I am a big advocate for heavy nerfs to top tier characters. For example, what we're seeing here on stage, SS4 Gogeta, yeah, he needs some sort of nerfs. And of course, Labco 21, by all means, she should not have the debuff anymore, absolutely, or at least she should have it debuff the opponent by like 2.1%, and then stack it up to 10 times if you want to dump 10 bars on an enemy to debuff him by 21%. That's cool, but that's going to be it. And then yeah, no reason why she should have 6 slows and a command overhead. Just the mental stack the character can impose on the opponent is just too much, because she has literally any offensive option. So maybe I really don't think her 5L should be a low, and also her OTG special should not be a low. Like let her have a normal 5L, not hitting low, and she can keep her double hitting to 2M, and she can have her low 2L, of course. She can have her 3H, which is a forward moving normal, which it's low, and I guess I can be cool with that. But the OTG, just keep it what it is, an OTG move, you know. And that move does not need to also double as another low hitting special that she can insert in her block string and further increase the mental stack. And yeah, and then also, yeah, the game overall needs to make away with full screen medium starter lariats. You know, like a lariat should not be full screen and a medium starter. Absolutely not. And what else? I don't see why she should be given the fastest true beam in the game. Just that's a little bit too much. And I guess she can keep the frame 1 air invulnerability on her lariats, and even, I don't know about though the key blast invulnerability, because both frame 1 anti-air and key blast invulnerability, that's too much. So one property out of the 2 should go, honestly. And yeah, and I think with these changes she still has lariats, a command grab, a command overhead, and 4 lows, and she's so good. She should not have the fastest low medium starter in the game tied with Kefla, because I think also her 2M is like 9 frames, something like that. And yeah, no, there is no reason why she should have that kind of privilege. Absolutely. And then yeah, other characters that I want to be nerfed heavily are of course Z Broly, and he was the most busted character in the game before Labco 21 arrived, and he's just way too overprivileged. And yeah, Vegito, I feel like Vegito, apart from, like, he's a top tier for sure, but I think like making him balanced is a quick fix, just as long as he doesn't have his 5M anymore, the Falcon Punch, and as long as his EX legs are not a medium star anymore, I think he will be fine, honestly. Yeah, and that's basically my general kind of wish list mindset for the game, and I just hope mid tiers stay mid tiers or get some minor buffs, and then low tiers get hyper buff, and top tiers get heavily nerfed, because I just want every character to be a mid to high tier, you know. I just want every character to be competitively viable at the end of the lifespan of the game. And I just hope we can get back to actually enjoy the game, and we can see true team composition, originality, and creativity come back to the game, because right now they are nowhere to be found. As much as I would like for it to happen, I really don't think that rollback will ever be a thing for Dragon Ball FighterZ, simply because, as I already said, the game has arrived at the end of its lifespan, and there is little reason for Bandai Namco at this point to invest such a big upgrade for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And so if rollback gets added to the franchise, it's going to happen in Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, which hopefully happens soon, and the roster will be much more balanced, and new stages, new costumes, better balancing, new characters, everything. But I really don't think we're going to get we're not going to get rollback netcode for this game, so we're going to be stuck with delay netcode until the next iteration of the series, and that's really it. It sucks, but it is what it is. And again, Bandai is a company at the end of the day, so if the investment is not worth the gain, they are not going to do it. And I really don't see any sort of commercial justification of adding rollback netcode to the game as of now. And that's it. That is basically my overall opinion. Oh yeah, something else that I want to talk about Lab of 21. How funny it is that her most busted option, the unreactable reversal debuffing grab, also synergizes super well with Zebroli, the other top tier busted character, which Zebroli's unreactable armor grab, 17 frame, synergizes well with Labco 21's grab, because if you do Zebroli's grab and then you tag in Labco 21, she can do her OTG special, which then can lead into the debuff. And so if you put them together, it's super easy to debuff the entire enemy team, because you just grab everybody with Zebroli, and you're going to grab them because 17 frames is not humanly reactable, and it's armor too. So you're going to put them in knockdown, tag Labco 21 in, give them the debuff, and from then on, good luck winning. And yeah, guys, that was my overall train of thought. It's quite unstructured, I know, and I apologize if it was hard to follow my speech, my discussion, my train of thought. But again, no script involved here whatsoever. And the replays are over, and I exhausted everything I wanted to say so far. So this is going to be the end of the video. And in the future, I do want to do like some sort of wish list for Guilty Gear Strive's update, which is coming on June 10th. So that's going to be coming sometime soon, and I'll have to do it on my PS4 somehow, because my PC is just such a piece of junk, and I tried using OBS Studio with a capture card. I have everything, a second monitor, but my computer just cannot hold it cannot deal with the processing required to run all of these things all at once, apparently. So I'll do my best to get a proper gaming PC soon, so I can get on to PC gaming in fighting games, which is where the pros are, where I can learn more. Input lag is far less intimidating. There is less lag, less delay. So that's my goal for the future: getting a nice gaming laptop or gaming PC that I can use to stream and do nice looking videos instead of just relying on my PS4. And yeah, that's going to be it. And I do not think you're going to be seeing many Dragon Ball FighterZ videos from here on out. I'll still play from time to time, and I'll upload some matches, and I'll stream some matches when I feel like it and I get the chance. But overall, Dragon Ball FighterZ right now is going to be very much overshadowed by Guilty Gear Strive, which I am enjoying far more. It's a much healthier game. Balance is actually existent. Like, balance is a thing in Guilty Gear Strive. For the most part, there are still unbalanced characters in the game, and I would love to talk about it, and I will talk about it in a video soon enough. But yeah, it's just a much more enjoyable experience to play Strive right now. It's a much more interesting game. It has more creativity in gameplay-wise in its own way. Characters are just so different, and Matchup knowledge is an actual requirement to play the game. It's much more stimulating. I'm just enjoying it way much. And then, yeah, just rollback netcode on Strive is really good, and it's so quick and easy to find a match. And during the actual match, gameplay is very stable, and I just love it. Really, I'm just in love with Guilty Gear Strive. Far more than I am right now with Dragon Ball FighterZ, which I still love as a game, don't get me wrong, but it's just not the same, because Dragon Ball FighterZ right now is in such a bad state, with netcode being the way it is, with balance in the game being the way it is, which is basically non-existent, because competitive you already are allowed to only play like the top 8 characters, top 5 characters, and that's it. And even in tournaments you're going to be seeing mostly them. Yeah, so next video, yeah, I want to make a video about a wish list for the next update in Guilty Gear Strive, and I guess I'll see you all there. So enjoy the weekend, enjoy Combo Breaker, and I'll see you guys soon.